Welcome to Fayetteville, and whoop, pig suey, the Arkansas Razorbacks are ready to take the field. We've got a top 25 matchup on hand. Two of the premier teams in the land looking to make a statement that will resonate. As we'll see, the number 13 team in the country, the Florida State Seminoles, taking on the 8th-ranked team in the land, the Arkansas Razorbacks. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth, as always, by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's tee this one up. The Seminoles will put total leather and we'll get started. And he takes this from inside the 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. First down here for the offense. Leaves it with the back. Didn't find a lot of room. Let's give him 2 out to the 20. SEC versus the Big Ten. They competed everything. They try to outspend each other, and they certainly want to beat each other on the field.
So many national championships, so many Heisman Trophy winners shared between these two conferences, David. Everybody gets excited when the Big Ten takes on the SEC.
And these games matter so much. The fans get so amped up, so juiced up, to the point where we hear in the stands what? SEC, SEC. They wouldn't say that if conference pride.
And the quarterback is knocked down back at the 13.
The defense just simply not fooled by the play action. Oftentimes as an offense, you're hoping the run fake's going to slow down those pass rushers, but man, oh man, they had their ears pinned back.
And not the optimum setup to try to salvage the opening drive with a 3rd and long. Looking to throw, and he needs a bunch. That pass not close as he got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up 4th down. And the Razorbacks will call on their punt team. 3 and out, and not much choice but to get rid of the ball. Makes a move. The ball pops out on the return. And now the ball is knocked free. And this fumble will squirt out of bounds.
I'm literally walking over to that guy. My man, thank you so much for saving my run. That could have been really, really bad. I could have been benched, but you got my back. Appreciate you, my man.
This crowd, full throat, spreading the eardrums and letting them know it's going to be a long day. He's looking to throw it. Finds his man. It's Morton. Still running at the 40. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a 1st down for this offense. Much of this Seminole foundation was built around great quarterback play, some legends at that position.
Some awesome guys that spread it around to elite playmakers, and just a great history at Florida State. They've been up and down in the recent history, but this team back in the day, man, dope was rocking. Everybody wanted to be at Florida State.
Love seeing these early season top 25 matchups. You can get a really good feel of how good these teams are, guys.
And the intensity is going to be big too, David, because the players, you know, on these teams, they've been thinking about this game for a long time. They knew they'd have a national stage, and they got a chance to prove just how good they are.
Oh, man, make that statement. Make that early statement. We always look at the end of the season, and what does the committee say? Oh, they beat top 25 so-and-so. Here's your chance to put that on your resume that'll pay off big time and late in the season.
They'll try to move the chains on the ground. They were all over him, nowhere to go as that 3rd down play turned into a disaster.
Linebackers have such an amazing responsibility. Got to play run, got to play pass. How about this? Seeing the run aggressively, getting downhill, and getting in the backfield and making a tackle for a loss.
If you don't convert on this 4th down, there will be questions about passing on the field goal try. And that falls incomplete on 4th down, but wait just a second. There is a flag, and this is a big call. Line gets set, 1st down. Out of the gun, the inside handoff, looking for a crease. He'll push his way out to the 30, a pickup of 3.
You know, runs like this oftentimes are like a boxer in a boxing match. Obviously, it's not a knockout punch, but these are body blows. And as the game goes on, these small gains are going to turn into longer runs.
A little pre-snap eye candy for the defense. Pumps it downfield. And the ball is picked off. No real chance on the return, but they've got it at the 34.
What a nice play by the DB there. When that rain starts coming down, the ball gets a little bit heavier. The quarterback throws the ball a little bit lighter. DBs can take advantage sometimes of some underthrown balls, go out and make some big plays.
They make the stop, but not before they do their work up top and pick up a 1st down.
Well, that's great timing by the quarterback and receiver on that out route. If you're going to be running that against man coverage like they were there, that ball has to be thrown early, and it's got to be thrown out in front of the receiver, and they execute it perfectly.
They'll try the run. Gets it all the way down to the 2-yard line. He was fighting for that end zone.
Well, he was able to gash him on that play. You just give this guy 1 inch, one little crease, he puts his foot in the ground, and he gets north fast.
And the Seminoles trying to get a touchdown on 1st and goal. Use the play fake, now to throw. Fires into the end zone. And he's got it! Touchdown, Seminoles!
You get down here on this part of the field, and the field shrinks so much, you play so aggressive, and you're playing all eyeballs on the run, and a nice sleight of hand by the offense. Bring out the play action. He hits his guy right behind where the guys are supposed to be. They come up to play the run, out of position, touchdown for the offense.
On the move from inside his 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. And Arkansas ready to send out this offense. After that last pick, David, they really need to take care of the ball this time.
No doubt. And Palmer, I want to know what Spurrier said to you on the sideline after a pick.
Do that again, and you'll be right here beside me for the rest of the game. You got to go out. You got to call your plays, and I hope this coaching staff isn't going to be afraid to throw it this drive.
They make the stop after the catch, and still some work to do to pick up that 1st down.
The quick passing game does several things. One, it doesn't let the pass rush get you. Those great defensive linemen, the ball's coming out so fast they can't get there. And then what else? It gets me ahead of the sticks. I don't have to worry about getting in long yardage and predictable situations.
They make the stop, and this running game moves the chains as they get the 1st down. And you really can't be called the Hogs if you're not willing to grind it out in the dirt.
Yeah, and I love calling the offensive linemen the hog mollies. In Arkansas, in that beautiful state, you're going to find a bunch of big, strong individuals, and the identity of that team is usually built on those guys up front.
Using the quick game. Couldn't ask for much more there. A 1st down, and they're down to the 42. Remember some of the years when the Hogs spent a lot of time in the Wildcat just running it? You don't have to do that with this guy at quarterback.
And it just makes you less predictable, right? You got a running back in there. You know you're not going to throw it very much, but when they do have the ability to push the ball down the field and get some guys out of the box, it makes this offense even more exciting.
Well, with the weapons this offense has, you knew it was just a matter of time in the run game before someone was going to break a long one. They'd just been running into a wall. They just couldn't seem to find their creases and get enough movement up front, but they finally got it there, picking up the 1st. Let's see what happens next.
Got a man. It's Garrison. Nice pitch and catch there, and they'll have enough for the 1st down.
And that's a really good example of why offensive coordinators script plays. You know the down and distance, and you know which routes can get you to the stick. So there's no wasted time. That coordinator got the play in early to his quarterback, knowing that his players were going to be able to execute.
And those slot receivers nowadays, they're little watermelons, man. You can play touch football in an elevator to lose to these guys because they're so quick and so dynamic. Get open and catch the football.
Give to the back. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
And that seemed a little off from the start, didn't it?
That was a big-time play, and it was off from the start because of the play he made.
And I don't think it would have mattered who was playing running back. There was absolutely nowhere to go.
Quick timeout by the defense there, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. Boy, they'd love to move the sticks here and take a shot at it on 1st and goal. The receivers often will run their route based on a side adjustment. Trying to move the sticks on 3rd down through the air. Had to get rid of it quickly. Had nowhere to go with that one. Had to just throw it away. A wise decision to keep the field goal in play.
Got to give the defense credit on that play, taking everything away, forcing the incompletion. Now it's decision time. 4th and short, and you're in field goal range. What do you do here?
On 4th down, trying to find his man. He's got it in the end zone. Touchdown, Arkansas. There was not a window there. There was not a sliver of light. There was like the eye of a needle to zip that ball in, and somehow he got it in.
No doubt defensively, you know it's coming. You know who he's going to, where he's going to. You're in great position, but that guy just makes a play. He makes the touchdown catch. What a throw, what a catch, what trust between QB and wide receiver.
He'll be out of bounds at the 23 after gambling and bringing it out of the end zone. The Seminoles have it back. They'll try to get that offensive spear flaming. After standing on the sideline and watching that long touchdown drive, they really need to put something together to give their defense a rest.
And that's a real thing, man. Like, you're playing a lot of plays, you get worn out, you need a chance to go decompress on the sideline, get some oxygen. Palmer, now it's on this offense.
Yeah, this is the definition of complementary football because it's a two-pronged problem. You've got to score points and answer, but you've also got to take your time and give your defense an opportunity to get their win.
First down to start the drive after the break. Looking downfield, it's Blakely. Gets it out quickly. And he was able to get away from one tackle, but plenty of help was on the way. Decent pickup on that play.
I think that time offensively, you're just trying to take what the defense is giving you, right? You're playing zone coverage. You got your big fella just working right over the ball. It's an easy pitch and catch. Just take the profit, and let's keep going.
He tried to find some running room, but they get him stopped.
How about the defender being a heat-seeking missile? He was on radar lock. He found the football and flew down with some bad intentions.
Just shy of midfield at the 47. The defense needs a 3rd down stop. Picks up the 1st down and gets down to avoid contact.
Man, the evolution of the quarterback position. Basically, you should call them running backs who throw the ball really well now.
And guys, you know the other thing that happens here is that sets up the next play because you've sort of let the defensive line get just too much of a rush, and down goes the quarterback just behind the midfield stripe at the 49. They'll try to keep that sack from wrecking this drive here on 2nd and 15. He's looking to throw. Get it out on the screen. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. You want to give this guy a chance to get some yards after the catch, but there was nothing there.
Yeah, give the defense credit. You saw their speed rallying to the football on the perimeter.
yards on third down. Looking to throw, and he needs a chunk play. He makes the connection. And he's not going to make it. The defense denying him the first down. They didn't quite get that route run deep enough to pick up the first down. Now they've got a 4th and short.
And I think everybody at home tends to yell at their television set. Why aren't you getting past the first down marker? Why did you run your route short? Defense did a good job knowing where that was. But now, 4th down, offense has to make a decision.
Would have been a 52-yard field goal attempt from here, so they'll try to pick up the first down here on 4th. They get him on the ground after he gets enough to move the sticks.
And defensively, man, you just want to get to 4th down, right? Give yourself an opportunity. And even though it was 4th and 1, try to get the stop, especially this part of the field where they could come away with points and kick a field goal, or they could come away with a touchdown. Man, I want to get this stop and get off the field, but the offense executed. Defense just missed out.
It's caught. Brought down just outside the red zone. He moves the chains. It's at the 22. Nothing too surprising about seeing the Seminoles being productive in the passing game.
Man, we can think back, Reese, to so many great offenses for Florida State, whether it's Charlie Ewald or Chris Winkie, whoever it is, the trigger man being really, really good is the start of a great Florida State team.
It's going to be important this offensive line is able to get a little bit of push. You just got to give this guy an inch, a little crease, and he can make yards for it.
From the gun to give, looking for room. Got some room, headed to the goal line. Touchdown, Florida State. He ran through tackles like water through a sieve.
A big question mark for this offense coming into the year, guys. Who could score touchdowns? Who are going to be their biggest playmakers on offense? This guy scored in the first game. He's off to a great start in this one with that touchdown. This guy looks like the real deal.
About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. And he's going to bring it out of the end zone. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Send that offense back onto the field. Now they need to put something together to answer that last score.
There's a lot of pressure, too, on this offense to have to execute at a high level. They've got to score points, David, but they can't go too fast because their defense right now is tied.
And I think that's the difficulty being a play caller. Like, I have to balance all of those things. My defense is a little bit tired. I can't put on the field, but I got to be aggressive because this is a back-and-forth type game, so a lot to process and think about.
Well, that was a dart right there. He's going to give Arkansas a chance because in the old days in the SEC, you had to run the football if you were going to win championships. Today, you better be able to get it done through the air. When you think of all the great play callers in this league and all the Heisman Trophy winners this league has seen at the QB position in recent years, you better be able to do it throwing the ball. This guy, I think, gives Arkansas a chance with his arm.
Hit hard just as he released it on first down and just couldn't get it to the receiver. Now on second down after the incompletion. Quarterback making adjustments with his receivers. Looking to throw on second down. The tight end finds a soft spot. Oh, he just handled it poorly, and it's a fumble. They recover their own fumble. Somehow, who knows how they got that thing back. The Razorbacks have it with a 1st and 10. Back to the air one more time. Gets it to the back. And the defense had that one well covered, just a short game there. We've reached the 2-minute warning, and we have ourselves a ball game, and they have a chance to take the lead here before the half. Here comes the offense on second down. He's looking to throw. Rifles it down the middle. And it's incomplete after taking a shot on second down. They're staring at third.
Well, they're trying to attack the middle of the field. That time the ball a little too high for his wide receiver, and it falls incomplete.
Green 25. Tuna. Terrier.
On third and long, trying to convert through the air. And it's incomplete despite some serious arm strength shown there.
Yeah, and third and short, they choose not to run, throw the football, and I think a lot of that has to do with they know they're in field goal range. They can take the 3 points on the board.
This offense has already converted once on fourth down. Can they do it again? He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. And the fourth down pass falls incomplete, and they'll have to give up the football.
You know, offensively in that situation, fourth down, you're throwing for it. Everything has to go right, or someone just needs to be able to make a play to keep the drive alive. They couldn't get it done, and now the offense is coming off the field.
Pressure coming. And his throw is incomplete.
All right, that's a good result for the defense. We knew coming into this year they wanted to really improve their pass defense and their secondary and coverage. Nice job there.
Now on second down. Looking to throw, it's Blakely. He's right on target. And he'll run across the sidelines after the good gain. That big pickup on what they call the drag route, but if you hit it on time, you can hit the turbo boosters.
And you've got to be accurate on the throw, too, Reese. Nice job by the QB there, putting it out in front of his receiver to make an easy catch and then advance it.
The offense setting up shop at the 46, first and 10. Linebackers trying to create some confusion. And the defense is all over the quarterback, and down he goes. Here's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half.
You got to give the defense tons of credit because we know how much speed this quarterback has. That time you saw the pursuit. They were able to bring him down for a big loss on the sack.
Now they'll run the draw. Couldn't fight his way out of his grasp. The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. This is a third and long. They go right back to him. And sure, tackling there to keep him from getting to the first down marker. The defense burns their third and final timeout of the half. And the Seminoles will punt this one away. Not going to risk a return here. He'll make the fair catch. And Arkansas ready to send out this offense. These last couple of drives, Jesse, have been about the defense making clutch stand.
I think for this offense, they can stay aggressive.
He's got it on the right. And they'll spot it at the 45. That's good enough for a first down. And the Razorbacks want to move quickly. To the air on first down. Quick strike complete. He is stopped behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose yards on that one.
We're trying to throw the screen out to the receiver. The defense, though, having none of that. They are just too physical. They're too fast, and they force a negative play.
And here comes the offense on second down. He's looking to throw. Gonna take a shot. And they can't hook up. Going for the big play on second down. Now it's third down.
Yeah, and I like the shot, the aggressive play down the field. We like throwing those jump balls up to my receiver because usually the receiver makes the play and makes the defender look bad. Nice job by the defender getting a hand on it, tipping that ball away from the wide receiver.
Ball in the air, intercepted. Got room on the return. He'll go out of bounds, but he gets the ball back, takes it the other way, and he has created a great sudden change opportunity.
And this is obviously not a great start for this quarterback here. 2 interceptions already in this game. He's got to do a much better job with his decision-making.
He wants to throw. And the physical play there forces the incompletion on first down. Second down coming up. Defense trying to keep this offense from getting a line on who to block. They'll immediately call timeout.
Timeout, Florida State.
Second and 10 here. Wide receiver coming across in motion. Dropping back, it's Blakely. And the completion to the sideline, a solid pickup, but not enough for the first down. Receivers work tirelessly, tapping that toe along the sideline, and it just looks so natural for him.
Yeah, it can't just be pat and go all the time, right? Reese just jogging down the field, ball hits you right in stride. You got to be able to make awkward body catches and do it getting your feet in bounds. That was sweet.
He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a first down.
And they just kind of sneaked that one in there as a defensive guy, 3rd and 5+. I'm thinking pass. They were thinking pass, Palmer, and they slipped the run in.
And it's so nice then to have this guy at running back too, right? Because you could throw it to him on 3rd down or hand it off, and he's got the vision and the athleticism to go pick up that first, keep the drive going.
And he'll pick up 1. It brings up 2nd and 9. Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. The give to the back. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays. And it's 3rd down, but they're going to go ahead and try the field goal and try to get points before the break. And it's no good. He missed it. And the margin remains at 7 after the miss. 1 more snap coming before halftime. Here's the handoff. He'll be brought down, and that's the final play of the half. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin and our halftime update. Razorbacks will kick it away first, and we'll start the second half. He wisely lets that one bounce through the back of the end zone, and they'll take over at the 25. Guys, here comes that Florida State offense back onto the field. If it's working, why change it? And that running game was working in the first half. I imagine we'll see a lot more of it here in the 3rd quarter.
You just know the offensive line was telling their coordinator, put this on us. Let us continue to go out there, push these guys around. We can put this game on our back and end this thing by running the ball.
And this is a manhood question for this defense. Like, as a defensive lineman, and you're pounding the rock, like, I got to physically rise to this challenge. This defense has to play more inspired and more physical in the second half.
And he gets it up to the 36. It'll be a first down.
Well, the offense knew what they needed to get that first down, so they dial up the running play, and they get just enough to keep the drive alive.
They'll snap it from the 36. They've got a first down. Unloads to the wideout. He makes a catch. And it is a chunk play, a huge gain on that one before the defense brings it to an end. Anytime a wide receiver makes a big play like that, images of Peter Warrick start flashing in Seminoles' heads.
And, man, just that time, that era with Bobby Bowden and those offenses, you just think about high-flying, every position, game breakers, and I think of swag. It's just guys that I know I could throw to the outside that had swag that could take it to the house and make big plays.
Solid pickup of 4 on first down and 2nd and 6. From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. Defense did a really good job stringing that one out.
You got to see the counter when you start to pull guys, understanding I'm going to spill that ball, make sure it bounces outside, out wide, doesn't come downhill. Great job by the defense understanding that and pursuing to the football.
The option look. Now the toss. Runs through the tackle. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see which way that's going to go. Just an obvious holding call there, and one that just kills an offense's momentum. Here comes this home crowd as the defense tries to get off the field on 3rd down. To the air, it's Blakely. Gets it out fast. And he's not going to get there. The defense stands tall and makes the stop. They allowed the completion, but this defense was swarming to keep them away from that first down line.
Yeah, and you allow completions in those 3rd down situations underneath the sticks. And you come up and rally, and everybody flies to the football. That's great execution by this defense.
They'll pass on the 50-yard field goal try and instead try to pick up the first down here on 4th. Wants to go up top. Quick completion on the out route. They stop him short of the marker, and they'll turn it over on down.
And aggressive play calls. Everybody wants you to be aggressive. They're aggressive. They take their shot. Now they got to live with a little bit of the consequences. They turn the football over on downs. Now their defense has to go out on the field and make some stops.
Quarterback checking off. They're going to open this drive with a pass. Finds his big tight end. He's there to make the stop, but the damage has been done as they pick up the first down on the throw and catch. A new set of downs after the completion. Give to the running back. A run up the middle is stuck for no gain.
Stopping the run is very high on every defensive coordinator's list. Making the team one-dimensional. Nice job stuffing the run on that play right there.
He's going to pass on 2nd down. Those two failed to make the connection. It's an incomplete pass. If they can convert here, that type of play can really give you a shot of momentum. Third and long, and he'll try to throw for it. And that's a mistake you don't expect to see from a senior, and he is lucky to get it back.
Well, after struggling so much in the first half, you thought they would have made some adjustments here at halftime to see if they can open up this passing game. But early on in the second half, you're just not really able to get that done. Incompletion on 3rd down in your own end, you're expecting them to punt.
They're throwing for it on 4th down. Spits it out to the back. Finds him out of the backfield. And they finally make the tackle, but this will be a pretty easy conversion for this offense. Really good job there. Don't force anything. Take your time, and he finds his man for the first down.
Yeah, and I think really good job by seeing the defense. Understand that they're dropping back. They're taking away most things. All right, get the ball to my running back. He can make plays after he catches it. Nice job by the quarterback seeing the situation and where to go with the football.
They'll try to overcome that last play on 2nd and 15. Receivers telling the quarterback what they see. Wide receiver shows motion. Wants to throw on second down. And this senior quarterback a little too bold there, and he's lucky he didn't get picked off throwing into double coverage.
Well, on that incompletion, the quarterback and receiver just not on the same page. I mean, that wasn't even close.
7th play of the drive coming up, but a long way to go on third down. He's looking downfield to throw. Going to try to get it himself. Smart move to get down with the slide. And the Razorbacks want to pick up the tempo. On 4th down, they're taking to the air. Throws for the end zone. And it's incomplete. The long pass on 4th down is to no avail.
Oh, that stings, man. You did a great job calling the play. You got your guy open. Everything was executed perfectly. And the ball hits him in the hands, and he just can't bring it in. Man, those are tough ones. Those are tough to swallow.
They'll get the first down. It's spotted on the 49.
Man, I want to be a running back in this offense. When you take that handoff to the right and you see that blocking and all the holes open up, that's a good sight for a running back.
You've heard of read and react. I think the defense read it. They just didn't react very well.
Well, when you got that kind of a line, just all that push they're getting on that right side, they just pushed the defensive lineman back, got in the linebacker's laps. Man, oh man, it was brutal up front.
After trying the running game on first down, they come to the line on second down. Good execution. They move the sticks, and they've got it at the 33.
And Artie, it's completely changed the game. Like now it's 11-on-11 football. The quarterback used to hand it off and stand there and watch the play. Now he's very much involved in the play. He's running the football so much, and even when he's not, he's making somebody go with him and cover him. So the quarterback scrambling, the quarterback running has completely changed the way people play defense.
Well, this offense came into the game knowing they wanted to be physical, they wanted to establish the line of scrimmage, and they're running downhill right at this defense, and they're churning out positive yardage early.
The give to the back. Tough run in this part of the field. He's got 4 down to the 23.
I think that was an example of the offensive coordinator trying to help out his quarterback. He's trying to keep these third downs manageable. You know, you throw the ball on second down and it's incomplete. Now you've set up 3rd and long, and now you're set up to fail.
Got some room, headed to the goal line. And he runs it in for the score. Touchdown, Noles.
Man, it's one thing to get a few yards and, you know, see quarterbacks slide. This guy gets to the second level, and he's got the speed to run away from DBs, to make people look silly. It's so nice having such a dynamic weapon at your quarterback position.
Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. He'll start the return inside his 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Offense set on first down. Quarterback checking the play. Coming out on first down with the play fake. Complete to the left. And the explosiveness, the big gainer gets it to the 49-yard line. As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. Comes out throwing on first down. They get him on the ground, and that'll be the final play of this 3rd period.
That's the end of the 3rd quarter of play. Florida State 21, Arkansas 7.
Second down here as they go back to work after the break. He's looking to throw. Oh, what a spectacular layout and catch. Got open on the post and then had no regard for his body in making that catch.
Exactly right. You know you're going to get hit a lot of times coming over the middle of the field, but he runs that post, lays out, makes the play for his quarterback. That's a tough hombre.
Pre-snap motion quarterback trying to get a read. Feeling some heat. Got rid of it just in time. Laundry down on the field as the pass is incomplete, but let's see what the penalty is. And now on second down for this offense.
Lion, lion. Hawk. Cricket. Highland.
He's looking to throw. Fires to the right. A strike downfield.
Well, this tight end is so athletic that at times they'll line him up in different parts of the field. That time he was in the slot. Nice job running the route, finding the open space in the defense for the completion.
Brought down after a pickup of 2 to the 19.
I never know if it's grammatically correct to say a team is being out-physicaled. You hear it a lot in football, though. That's happening in this game. They are just not getting the push they need all game long up front to have any success when you decide to run it.
He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
How about the job by this defense today? They knew what they were getting into. A really good running back. We talked to him this week. It was the main focus point of this offense, stopping the run game, stopping the run game. Boy, have they showed up and showed out and answered that challenge.
Gorilla.
Moving the running back, forcing the defense to adjust. Throws to the tight end. And a missed opportunity on third down as the defense knocks it free, and fourth down is coming up.
Nice job by the defense. They're mixing up their look. They're third and long in field goal range. They go zone coverage. So everybody on the back end has the eye on the quarterback, and they're able to break on the ball, force the incompletion.
Down by multiple possessions, they can't come up empty on this drive in the fourth quarter. They'll go for it on fourth down. Quarterback will audible. On fourth down, going to the air. Fires to the right. It's incomplete, and they desperately needed to keep that drive going, and they couldn't make the connection. First down for this offense. Running back searching for a hole. He's stuffed after picking up 1 to the 23.
They're strong and they're strong. Defensive tackles, they're strong. They're such big jokers in the middle where they just lock out those offensive linemen. And running backs, listen, they don't have much of a chance. When you got that 300-plus pound guy grabbing you around the shoulder pad, you tend to go to the ground pretty quickly.
Looking downfield, it's Blakely. Dances away. And he's left with no option. He just threw it away.
And how nice is it to have the home crowd going absolutely bananas? Communication is harder. The snapping the football, everybody being on time. Man, this crowd really affected the football game.
They'll run it from the gun. And the defense knew exactly where that first down line was, and they stopped him short. Seminoles will send out the punt unit. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. Fourth down, and the punt team sends it the other way. He gets a block. That's a perfect example of not settling for a fair catch. Pick up whatever yardage you can and help out the offense. The Hogs send that offense back onto the field. There have been a couple of missed opportunities for these offenses in the last couple of drives, Jesse.
And I think for this offense here, it'd be nice to hit an explosive play, be aggressive, and really pay off your defense's effort that last drive.
And instead of having to move the ball down the field consistently and then getting stopped on fourth downs, you're right. Create some of those explosives. Take those deep shots. Make those big plays.
And after the incompletion on first down, this offense looking at second down. Quarterback reacting to what the D is showing. On second down, he'll fire. Looking to take a shot. And that's going to be incomplete. Going for broke on second down, but third down's coming up. Well, the defense didn't get caught napping there. In this situation, you know they have to stay alert for the deep ball.
Yeah, so what defense am I going to call? I'm going to keep some DBs back deep. I'm going to keep my safety a little bit deeper, understanding they're down. They're going to have to attack down the field. I'm going to stick to my passing sets, my nickels, my dimes.
Oh, man, another incompletion. That's 3 in a row.
And now such a tough situation. Late in this game, you're trailing, but now it's 4th and long. Like, it's one thing if it's 4th and short. This makes it even more difficult. You got to have something dialed up you feel really great about it.
Unloads it left. Incomplete on fourth down, and man, did they need to keep that drive alive.
And now you start to feel desperate because down by multiple scores, the clock running out, 2.5+ minutes left on the clock. I got to do everything great now. I have no margin for error. My defense on this next possession.
Just having these dudes bounce off of him like popcorn. Defense needs to regroup as he gets it down to the 26.
And I think if you're the head coach, defensively now, obviously, you've got 3 timeouts in your back pocket. You're trailing at this point, and the offense is going to be running the football, trying to bleed the clock. They're going to take as much time off the game clock as they can before snapping it. You've got to start thinking about using some of those timeouts.
They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
It's going to be tough sledding for the offense here. They're trying to ice this game by running the football and bleeding the clock. They've got a pretty good lead here late in the game, but the defense knows the run's coming, right? So they're going to be loading the line of scrimmage, getting stops like what they just did. It'll be interesting to see what the offense does on this next one.
They want that clock to run. And they'll finally bring him down after he rips off a huge play. The Seminoles have it in scoring position on 1st and goal. Defense in press coverage. The offense showing motion from the tight end, trying to get a read on the D. They'll run it on 1st and goal. He steps and powers and works his way. They finally get him down at the 2.
And we saw it last week with this offense, right? They know who they are down here. They're going to be physical. They gave him the football, and what did he do? He rewarded you with 2 touchdown runs. I look for this offense to continue the physicality and hand that man the ball again.
Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Seminoles.
Well, obviously, this team didn't get the start they wanted to on the year, coming into this one 0-1, but a great job there getting that drive, putting 6 up on the board. They've got a comfortable lead. They wanted to turn the page and start to build momentum. This is a massive win for this program.
About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. And he's going to try to return this one. He's brought down at the 16. Would have been much better off to take the touchback. And Arkansas ready to send out this offense. It has been a rather forgettable day that's finally coming to a close, David.
Yeah, it's been an awful day. I mean, just not functioning well on offense, defense giving up a lot of points. This is a day, Palmer, they'll like to forget.
Yeah, you're going to find out a lot about their character right now. Obviously, not what they hoped this would be, and that's demoralizing for a lot of these kids that have worked really hard in practice all week. But at this point here, you're just trying to prove to your coaching staff that you're not going to quit.
Quarterback wants to throw on second down. The quick out. And he goes out of bounds after coming up with positive yardage there.
And this game is obviously out of hand. But I think the fans would argue, too, at this point, like, all right, well, let's not throw checkdowns, right? Let's throw some deep balls and continue to open up this offense and keep fighting. I think that's what you want to see. You want to see your squad not quit. Keep fighting until the very end of the football game.
And he is corralled short of the line to gain. Down in the fourth quarter, it's too late for empty possessions. They'll go for it on fourth down. They'll try it on the ground. Makes a man miss. At the 35, he's loose. And he's to the 48-yard line. That'll be good enough for a first down. Boy, I really wasn't expecting a run there. Most teams in that situation look for the quick pass to pick up the first down.
No doubt, because you drop your quarterback, you can throw the ball really quickly, or he can take off and run the football. So a little bit more one-dimensional when you run the football, but if you do it successfully, it works, and nobody says anything, it does happen.
A first down for the offense. Looking to move it through the air. Going for it all. And the pass goes incomplete, looking to make things look a little tighter on the scoreboard, but that's going to do it. Winning can become a habit. Now they've won back-to-back games and probably building a little confidence.
And you want it to be a habit. That's what you talk about as a coach week after week. Let's build. Let's create momentum and continue to build on it. And then you look up at the end of the season, you never know where you could be, what dreams you could bring to reality.
At the end of the day, I think good teams find ways to win games. And over these last two games, it hasn't always been easy. They've had to overcome some adversity, but at the end of the day, they were able to step up, make the plays necessary, and do that. Very, very impressive.
So that's going to do it for us. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, I'm Reese Davis saying so long. This has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.